You ever see a shadow out of the corner of your eye? Have you ever had that feeling that something or someone is watching you? Do you ask yourself why these spirits are here? What do they want? Are they lost? Or are they trapped? I'm Ryan, and I run a paranormal group called Nuclear Soul Seekers. These are just some of the questions we ask when we do an investigation. We just don't try to get evidence of the paranormal. We try to get answers.
Where's the lady from upstairs one keeping you here?
You're listening to Trapped Souls.
Hi, welcome to Trap Souls. I'm Ryan.
I'm
with
Erin.
My co-host Erin, who just talk over me.
I will.
Okay, and we're here today with Shadowen, a member of Nuclear Soul Seekers.
Hey,
And no one knows this, but our newest member of Nuclear Soul Seekers, Nicki.
Yay!
Alright, so we're here talking about Bellaire House. We went down there last week, exceeded expectations.
Oh, beyond.
definitely.
Made a believer out of somebody. We won't tell you who, Craig. But we're going to go do a little history of Bellaire House before we get into that night, and Erin will take that away.
Okay, so Bellaire House, it is in Bellaire, Ohio. It is literally on the border of West Virginia and Ohio. It has a lot going for it. If you actually go to their website, there is a really good history that I've taken a lot of my information from. A couple of things right off the bat. The house, where it's built near a sacred Shawnee burial ground. So you have that going for it. It's built on a ley line. When we're talking about ley lines, we're talking about lines that intersect throughout the world of, prehistoric buildings or just different geographic areas. The other thing is with the river, the Ohio River runs right through there. And because you have that constant movement, you have that constant energy. It is a portal, basically, is what they've broken it down to. The other cool thing about Bellaire House is if you're outside, you can literally see alignments. So you can clearly see planetary alignments of Mars, Saturn, Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter, along with the different constellations. I know I tried looking while we were out there, but there was just too much light at that time when we got there. There are rituals that have been held by Native Americans in this area, so there's a lot of energy coming that way. I know that there have been many times that they've tried to cleanse the house of whatever energies are in there. They've had a bishop in. They've done a lot of cleansing and Catholic rituals to try to get the bad out. I'm just looking through all my stuff. So there are a bunch of things that give Bellaire House its reputation. The ley lines, which we talked about. The river, the constant flow of water, which creates the energy. This house was also built on the French, an area of the French and Indian Wars. So the Native American rituals. It was a stop on the Underground Railroad. So that's a big thing there. That's a lot of energy. And then there was the coal mine. So directly under the house was coal mine number 1. There was a fire. I believe it was like 20 or 21 men had died. So you have all of that energy. I talked about the constellations and the planets above. Apparently, there are supposed to be 17 portals that are open in this house from all of the rituals and all of the seances that have been done. There have been deaths inside the house, and there's a lot of the residual energy from the deaths, from the ground, being stained by whatever blood had been shed, the residual energy of the rivers in that area. So this house literally hits almost all of the boxes when you're talking about an area that's going to be really hot for paranormal activity.
That's a little history of Bellaire. Obviously, there's a whole history of it. You guys can look that up. Again, if you have a chance to go to Bellaire and you're an investigator, I highly recommend it.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting. That's all. We're gonna leave it at that. So, Nicki, what'd you think about Bellaire House?
I thought it was amazing, actually. The other places that I've been to with you guys, I never felt anything personally as strong as I did there.
Shadow?
It was definitely a lot more active. There was a lot more energy in that house than I know I'd gone to Fairfield with you guys. It was reminiscent of being in the basement, or the grave room, I think we called it, at the seminary. But it was the entire grounds. And that started from as soon as we walked in the front door, like even the area where we were congregating. It had a lot of energy, a lot of, I don't know, just, it always felt like something was looking at you from somewhere.
So here's a question for you guys. While we were in the house, there are times where you have like your quote-unquote safe zone. Did you have a feeling of a safe zone anywhere in the house?
In the house, no.
No.
Okay.
Outside, off the driveway.
Okay, so
Off the
completely
porch.
removed from the property. Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
On Route 11.
The ride home.
So, I mean, Nicki brought an interesting point up. Like, we've done other places and we got evidence and we felt stuff, but I think the Bellaire House was more personal. Like,
Yeah.
you got more emotional. I think stuff was to you, not just saying something. Like, you felt more emotional, more connected to the spirits, in a good way or a bad way. I really don't know, but again, if you get there, go check it out. Spend the night; it's worth it. And I forgot to say this, but you always contact us at trapsouls0@gmail.com. You follow us on Facebook, Trap Souls, or our group, Nuclear Soul Seekers. So we want to get a little evidence. We started out splitting up.
Mhm.
So Erin and I, we called ourselves the captains. We got the pick. It ended up being boys versus girls. So
That's right.
So we started the night out. Boys went down to the basement, and it was interesting. I mean, it was nothing. The way the night started, I was kind of like, oh, this is just like Madison.
Yeah.
Then it kind of took a turn after that.
I like how they picked the cool room.
Oh, yeah, right. It was 93 degrees in that attic.
It was like 70 in the basement. So
I'm comfortable.
I'll let you pick first.
You did. And the fact that we were asking the ghosts to drop the temperature so we could stay in rooms.
So Shadowen, Craig, and I went down to the basement. Obviously, turned all the lights off. Got a little feeling for it. It did feel a little uneasy.
Yeah, there was an uneasy feeling when you hit the ground floor. It almost felt like you were walking slightly off kilter.
Okay.
So I'm going to play some evidence that I got off of that, and then we will go from there. So we're 3 guys in the basement. Part 1. Okay, I can play a little before that. Part 1. Kind of hear a sigh or a breath.
I heard a cat.
You heard a cat.
Yes, a cat meow.
Okay, I'll play it again. I think I say part 1 or something like that, then right after that. Part 1. It's something.
Yeah,
Sounds
it's
like to me.
it's something.
But there's definitely
Yeah, there's
something
definitely
there. Yeah.
something there.
I don't know.
just can't place
Like I
it.
couldn't like it was a breath or a sigh or something. A cat. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know. And we'll get to the cat thing later.
The ghost in the basement, part 1.
We talked. We weren't getting much, and we're just sitting down there. So we started doing a spirit box. This is where I edited all this stuff out. So don't worry.
Mike was there too.
Oh yeah, we forgot about Bird.
Bird. Poor Bird.
Sorry, Bird. Bird was there too. Might have been his stomach going on. He was hungry at that time.
He was.
So this is spirit box. So you'll hear the spirit box going.
And who's upstairs? An attic.
really didn't hear it that time. So.
And who's upstairs? In the attic.
So, I mean, I put on repeat a couple times.
Yeah.
You hear a name. It sounded like Erin to me. Again, it's spirit box.
Yeah.
You make out whatever you want to make out of it.
And
So-
I'm hearing this for the first time, so
Yeah,
I didn't even realize that happened.
So, I mean, I'll play again real quick. Loop it a couple times. Obviously, when I say it, you're going to hear it better, but it could be something different. But that was interesting to get some sort of response. What they said, I have no idea. I heard Erin. So, Shadow, what was the creepiest part about the basement?
Like that at that point in the night.
Yeah, at that point.
There was. It always felt like something was watching from the back corner of the basement where the furnace was.
Okay.
That back corner had something going on. I think later on we decided that it was right below where the seance was conducted upstairs. That was the freakiest part for me. It was just sitting there. It always felt like something was coming from where I was standing. It would have been behind Bird. It always felt like something was creeping up behind him, but you can't see you can't see your own hand in front of your face.
Right.
That's one thing we didn't do, which we should have, is check the EMF is by the furnace.
Mm-hmm.
Now, obviously, Bird had an EMF detector wasn't in that room, and you shouldn't really, and he wasn't picking anything up that rough, so you shouldn't really feel anything. But when you go back in that room, if it's very high EMF, you're going to get a freaky feeling.
Mhm.
And it's just part of the EMS.
Right.
So here's another, we'll just go through all these.
You gotta do something for us.
I asked, tell me something.
You gotta do something for us.
Did you hear the response?
I heard something.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll loop that after I play it again.
I can't make it out.
You gotta do something for us.
It almost sounded like 3 words. Like
I wish you could all see Ryan's face right now. This man is, I've never seen this man excited. He's excited.
Alright. So it sounds like a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I say, tell me something. And I'll play it one more time.
You gotta do something for us.
I will.
Okay.
I will.
Okay.
You gotta do something for us.
Yeah, I can hear that now. Yeah. Yes, that is like a da-da-da.
So when I do go through these, I literally will just put the earbuds in and like watch TV with no volume, or play on my phone, and because I'm not really looking for anything until something like, oh, something said
Pretty
something,
blatant, yeah.
then I'll go back. So I'm not like searching for fake paranormal stuff.
Right.
All right, we're gonna keep going real quick. Dun, dun, dun. One of these times you're gonna hear what I hear. All right, this one might be it. So, guys still in the basement.
Who's sitting on your blanket?
Eddie.
Right.
I'll play it again.
Who's sitting on your blanket?
Craig.
Craig.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we actually heard that when we were doing like it came across. I'm like, did it just say Craig? So we got Erin's name, Craig's good name too, in the basement. So it was a good start. Then one more, and this is an EVP that we got down there after we get done with the spirit box.
Mm.
So Nicki, do you want a nuclear soul seekers hoodie, or do you want a trap souls hoodie? It's decisions.
Yeah. You have to think on that one.
All right. Well, let me know. So you need to get a hoodie for being an official member.
Yeah.
Even though you come to every single one anyway. But official members do get first dibs on investigations. Then we fill in backfill from there. But now she gets first dibs.
It's getting cold, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need t-shirts too.
Just work some overtime, I guess. It's going away, though.
I'll call Craig, make him do it.
All right, here we go. Here's an EVP, guy's basement.
Are you human?
Oh,
All right, I'll just loop that.
Are you human?
I am.
I am. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty clear.
Yeah. Sorry, human. I am.
Yeah.
Liar. You're not.
No.
I'll say that now. That we're not talking.
Paul won't say that to his face.
All right, so I didn't go through all of Erin's audio yet because we're trying to get this podcast done. So, Erin, Nicki, you guys were in the attic. Besides being 125 degrees up there, what experiences did you guys have up there?
Well, when we first went up there, we all were, it was myself, Nicki, and Tegan. We were all sitting near the one window, and we had set up the cat balls all over the place.
Yeah.
And we talked for a little bit, asked a few questions. Again, you need to go through all of the voice recording. And then I said, let's split up, each one of us in the nooks. I turned my phone off. Do you remember when I did that?
Yeah.
I turned my phone off. My phone was off. Something turned it back on. I mean, completely. I had it shut all the way down because it was buzzing, and I was like, I don't want to have that interfering. And then the cat ball over in the corner by where you were sitting.
And this was after we had decided that we were leaving.
Yes.
Because we weren't getting anything.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as we said we were going to leave, I went to pick up the cat ball, and it went off. And we even tried to get it to go off after the fact, and
Yeah.
it would not go off.
Mm-hmm.
And then your phone happened.
Right.
Right at the top of the stairs as we were trying
Yes.
to leave.
Yeah. And each time, I noticed each time the three of us tried to leave this place, things would start to happen. Like, no, don't go, don't leave. And it seemed a little bit more targeted at us three than the guys.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm anxious to hear the EVPs from
Yeah,
from up
same.
Yeah, we'll get those EVPs done, and we'll get them out. If there's anything that shows up,
Right.
we'll get those out there on a different episode. So we did that. We gathered again, and like we talked about, like we go to Madison, we go to Fairfield. There's always like a ready room, and it's pretty much a safe haven. Like you don't really feel much in there. Bellaire House, our ready room was the seance room. So
I
There's-
know, right?
yeah, there's really no like, okay, this is like our safe haven. We can, decompress a little bit, then go. It was the seance room. As long as we had the lights on, I think we were fine. But a lot of shadow figures still in there. So we decompressed a little bit, talked about our experiences a little bit, because we don't want to, lean forward.
Right.
Like, for the guys got to act and, they felt this, so we're going to feel the same thing. So
Right.
we like to talk about it after the fact, the investigation. Then we decided, the living room, that should be nice and quiet. The attic and
That damn living room.
the attic and the basement are the scariest places there, besides walking to the bathroom in the dark.
Yeah.
Through the kitchen. But yeah, the living room, it's not
That was a
safe.
hot spot.
Yeah, it was. I'd say the living room was. Well, Erin's going to disagree. Living room was probably the hottest spot.
That house was a hot spot. I'm just
Yeah.
gonna.
So we did SS method. If you guys don't know what SS method is you put noise canceling headphones on with a spirit box and you blindfold yourself, so all your senses is just concentrating on your hearing. And the group asks questions. The person that's under doesn't hear the questions and just says what's coming over the spirit box. It's a good method. And obviously I made my daughter do it. So she likes doing it for some reason. So we just let her do it, and it was a lot.
I was active.
It was active, and we got a lot of good answers. So we started taking Estes. The first one is actually an EVP, and I will play that.
2 people.
2 people in another room?
She's here.
Who's she?
Shit. I'll just be the first one to say it because
Yeah,
everybody
that was-
else's face said it.
Yeah.
You guys hear
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure I wasn't.
That one was hard to miss.
Yeah. So I'll play it one more time before we say what we think it is. So you hear Tegan talking. She's talking through the spirit box, and everybody else is talking out, but you'll hear something on the recorder.
2 people.
2 people in another room?
She's here.
Who's she?
That's crazy.
That sounds almost like a scream, in my opinion. Like something deep down, like in a
Mhm.
tunnel or something.
Subdued
Right, like
behind
muffled,
walls.
like
Yeah.
a muffled
Yeah.
scream.
Yeah.
All right. So that was pretty cool. I'll play it again.
That was a good one.
2 people.
2 people in another room?
She's here.
Who's she?
Right before she says she's here.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
nuts. And it's the same sound, and it sounds closer.
Right.
Like almost like it's closed the distance from wherever you heard it the first time to whenever you hear it the second time.
Yeah, it's she's here.
Yeah. Apparently.
She was.
She was. Then she ran out. So then we get to the SS method. Obviously, Tegan's already started. She doesn't hear us talking. She didn't hear the scream, breath, whatever the hell that was. And then we'll go right into the SS method. So Tegan's answering our questions here.
Danger.
Yeah.
Who's in danger?
Upstairs.
Whoa.
Yeah, what was that?
That was, I think, her saying, "Whoa."
No.
Back up.
Before that,
If
back
you
it up.
hear, it said get out.
It sounded something.
See, that's why we have this. We'll play it again.
Danger.
Yeah.
Who's in danger?
Upstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you
Real
go.
quick.
Yeah.
So,
It was very quick.
Yeah.
Get out. It was almost like a warning. It wasn't like a threat. That was a get out. Like,
Yeah.
just go.
and we'll talk about, after the second SS that Tegan did down there, a lot of questions, and we'll get into that a little bit later. But yeah, so danger. Who's in danger? It says get out, which I didn't hear at first, but glad you guys heard that.
Yeah.
Then upstairs. So danger, stranger danger, I guess. So it's probably a good thing that we don't hear a lot of this stuff while we're there.
I'd be gone. Gone.
I'd have been halfway home.
Poor Sarah. If she would have been there.
No, she would have gone. Trust me. I don't know if she even walked in the house, to be honest.
Nah, I don't know.
No, she would have stood up. Nope.
And I always do that when Sarah doesn't show up. I still ask about Sarah.
Mhm.
And this is the first place we haven't got a response directly to
Yeah.
Sarah.
Yeah.
So she's not as famous as she thinks she is.
She'll be heartbroken.
We love you, Sarah. It's okay.
Your influence doesn't make it all the way down to Bellaire.
No, not yet.
Next time.
So this is like two different things here. The SS method, and I believe there's an EVP in here also. We'll play it.
Worst. A woman crying.
Yep.
Podcast.
What the fuck?
So Shadowen heard it.
Yeah.
Do you hear the running? There is a.
That's going on, but there's also a breath or a sigh
Okay.
or a
So I'll play it again real quick because I lost track of where that breath was.
Worst. A woman crying.
Yep.
Podcast.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so it's right there.
Damn.
Yeah, but what was the running sound?
I don't know, but
that
I've got
was-
goosebumps and we're not even there.
Yeah. It was rolled back a little further.
That is a long ass
Roll it
sigh.
back a little further. Yeah, it is.
I'll just play the whole thing over again. How about that?
Worst. A woman crying.
Yep.
Podcast.
What the fuck?
It's like 5 steps.
Oh yeah, the cat ball went off
Yeah.
at that time
It was
too.
just before that. Yeah.
That was a lot of shit that happened right in that like very short period.
Yeah, it almost sounded like boots walking across
Yeah.
this floor of the stairs. Like, boom, 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 boom.
And what I so eloquently said what the fuck
What the
to
fuck?
was the person that popped out and looked at us. That's when I said that Craig saw it, which again, because he doesn't believe in anything,
Right.
he grabbed my arm, which scared me even more. And then the cat ball went off. So there was a lot that happened in that very short amount of time.
Right.
So anybody that goes down to Bellaire House, I recommend like where you two were sitting on
Mm-hmm.
the couch, or even Erin, is sit there in the dark and
Yeah.
just watch those doorways. You will see a lot
Yeah,
of
definitely.
shadow figures. Another thing about Bellaire is they talked about, actually I forgot about it, is the shadow figures on the porch.
Oh,
I mean, there's been some shows that there's talks about shadow people walking across the porch,
right.
and we ran into that.
Yeah.
To a
Right
point.
when we first got there.
Yeah.
To the point we actually had to go outside and check to make sure no one was out there.
Right.
It wasn't even like a wisp of a shadow. It was like a figure you could see, and especially in that window, there's no porch there.
No.
So whatever that was walking in front of that window to come around.
It was either floating or 14 and a half feet tall.
Yes.
And I mean, there was times that like even Tegan was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
it wasn't like, "Oh, there's a shadow," or "What was that?" Like people were jumping. Like,
It
Mhm.
drained her. That house drained her.
Yeah.
yeah.
Drained all of us.
All right. So again, Estes method again. We'll keep talking about the first Estes method. Again, I'll just play it, see where it goes.
The doors.
The doors need to be open or closed?
Hours.
You're-
Open.
Open.
Next room.
Open the doors to the next room.
There's no-
5 doors.
What the fuck? Did you put a cat ball upstairs? Yeah, I just saw that too.
Bad. Deep voice.
Bad person upstairs?
Yes, upstairs.
I don't know if I can do it.
Exorcist.
No. They had a bishop come in here and do an exorcist on this house.
Okay. He fell.
Yeah.
The perfume.
Who's perfume?
Bitch.
Oh, you guys are fucking.
Someone is.
Okay.
Shh.
All right. So I just wanted to play that because you hear how the Estes methods work, and we were getting, I don't know, answers, but there are answers that we had questions to that we didn't even ask,
Mhm.
like 5 doors.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, how many too many radio channels are saying 5 doors. Bitch,
Yeah.
she is, danger,
Exorcist.
Yeah.
exorcist.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in the living room
And there
here.
was 5 doors up there.
There
Yeah.
was exactly 5 doors.
Yeah, that's why I want to play that because we did have an issue with the doors.
Yeah. How heavy those doors were in that
Yeah.
one shut.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you guys, I know you heard it, the sigh.
Yeah.
I think it was right around here. I'll just play it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of moans, a lot of sighs. So what happened with the doors? Like you guys were talking about, didn't you close the door?
We went upstairs and closed all the doors after that because they said doors open, and of course, yeah, we're like, okay, well, we're gonna go
We're gonna
close them all.
piss it off, yeah.
But the door up in the attic, I had shut,
Mhm.
and it was open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that door was, what, 2-3 inches thick, no
Yeah.
joke, and there was carpet, and it took all of my body strength to shut that door.
And when we made it back up there as a group, it was back open.
There you go. We'll just play this. I have no idea what it is.
The attic. Remember how he shut the door in the attic?
Yeah. They want it open.
Yeah.
It's open now?
The fuck
Yo.
was that?
Holy cow.
I didn't hear that at the beginning.
we need to start having a camera to catch this. Oh shit.
So that was around 15. Okay, well,
That was.
Back that up. I want to hear that again.
So we went from sighs to roars.
Yeah.
Right.
I hear you.
Growls.
Then we'll play it through.
Yeah. I want it open.
Yeah.
It's open now?
Oh
my God.
And it wasn't even Bird because he was talking.
Right.
Yeah. I want it open.
Yeah.
It's open now?
No, they want it open.
It wants it open.
Oh.
And it was mad.
It, the,
So,
the laughing was like,
Somebody's a bitch.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
it's like, ha ha ha, but like really feminine.
Okay.
And then the deep voice was like, I don't know how to describe it.
But
It
like,
was-
ho, 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 like, and I'm not trying to sound stupid.
Deeper. Like that.
Like, a French man was in this room?
Not that accent, but it was like that.
No, I know. I'm trying to make myself feel better because I'm going to throw up.
The guy that's got the chef that has the succulent crab.
Alright, so the main reason I want to play that one is because, you know, there's always discussion, are people trapped or not trapped? And she said there was people having discussions in the background, but one person was overpowering them and wouldn't let them talk. So, I mean, I just found it interesting. I mean, obviously we're called trapped souls, so I always find that interesting. Yeah, that groan. We'll get back to that.
That was pretty prominent.
He's saying groan. I'm hearing that is a growl.
Growl.
That is something not happy.
Tomato, tomato.
Shut up.
It was funny because at one point, me and Tegan were talking in the gathering seance table.
Yeah.
And I had made a noise similar to what was on the recording, and she's like, "That was it."
Yeah.
Was what came through her ears when she said the low growl.
Mm-hmm.
For deletion, because
Yeah.
we're all talking about a French girl.
Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah.
there. So, like 15, oh yeah.
Yeah, 15.
Yeah. I want it open.
And if you can't hear that, I'm sorry, you're deaf.
I can't, but that just goes to show you that it wasn't on the audible spectrum for us because we were all sitting there talking and nobody heard it.
Yeah, no, that would have probably sent all of us packing your shit out.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
So I'll play it one more time.
Yeah. I want it open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just going about our business, having a
I
conversation.
know, right?
Alright, so again, a lot of groans. And we're still in the living room here.
We spent a lot of time in the living room.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was active. And
About to say, we were getting a lot of hits.
We got to the point where we weren't splitting up anymore.
yeah, we'll talk about that too.
Okay.
So,
Especially after the basement.
here's an EVP we got, I think.
Well, bullshit! There's something still in that room. That ain't doing it. Yeah.
What was that?
I ain't doing that.
I ain't doing
Fuck
it.
you.
Oh, I ain't doing it.
Oh, man.
So,
That hurts.
there's a little groan,
Yeah.
then a talk.
Yeah.
That ain't doing it. Yeah.
So we'll just go over it.
I ain't doing it.
Wait, do it again?
That ain't doing it. Yeah.
Almost sounds like a name ain't doing that.
Play one more time.
That ain't doing it. Yeah.
Huh.
And again, we keep talking.
There's something before it, like, ain't doing it. But yeah,
I hear like,
before it.
that ain't doing
That
it.
ain't doing it, yeah.
I ain't
Yeah.
doing it, something like that. That's wicked. I know, like you said, again, we're talking and nobody heard it.
Right.
Dun, dun, dun.
And you'll hear Bird in the background keep saying, there's a cat ball going off upstairs.
Yeah, there was no cat
There was
ball.
nothing up there, but you would keep seeing the flashing light. I remember you kept saying,
Yeah,
look.
I kept pointing at the light or the window at the top of the stairs where you made the 90 degrees
Yeah.
to go upstairs. It almost looked like a laser pointer
Yes.
on the window.
Yeah.
Now, that would have made sense if somebody was outside playing a Joker, but the laser would have been visible inside
Right.
upstairs as well.
And the other thing is where that, because I looked at it, where that window was pointing, first of all, the people that were there, they left
Yeah.
right before we all started going in.
Right.
And it was faced into that mountainside, that hillside. There was no way a reflection from the road down, and the road was too far off to even catch a reflection.
Right. Which is what kept setting me off.
Yeah.
And a laser hitting a window, like,
Would refract.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, it bloom.
but you would definitely know it would be someone messing with us.
Right.
I believe this is last EVP for Estes, first Estes method with Tegan here. That ends up being EVP. I believe Tegan already came out at this point before we did the last one because she heard a growl and
She got
She
scared.
pulled up.
Yeah. and I think I actually had her pulled out because I thought she was getting too deep into it. A lot of stuff was being said, and I'm like, okay, it's beginning of the night. Let's just take it a little slower. So here's this one. I think I might have caught something on camera.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking for my purse.
Mhm.
More size, more
Yeah.
moans.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking for my purse.
Well, that's someone
Is that like
snoring.
That sounds like a snore.
Was that bird?
No,
Oh.
actually, that went back to the beginning for
Okay.
some reason. So that was it for that. I mean, that's right. As soon as I turned the recorder off the side. This point, what were you guys' thoughts on Bellaire House?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
It was far past the like wading in. Like I kind of felt like we waded into the seminary, where it was like we went as a group and we felt some of the places out. And like this room feels this way, or that room feels that way. Whereas I felt like it was like as soon as you stepped in that house, it was like you were knee deep,
Mhm.
and there was no stepping back until you got out of the house and off the porch and towards the road.
Yeah.
It never felt like anything was really lifted off you. So I knew it was going to be, we were in for a long night. And it turns out I wasn't entirely wrong because it was very active throughout the whole time we were there.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I totally agree with that. It's like being thrown in the deep end. You're gonna experience it. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting because, as I said, like we go to Madison, we'll walk around as a group, get the eerie feelings.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, actually, this is a house, so it's a little smaller, so we kind of just jumped in and see where it went. And like Nicki said, we just got thrown into a deep end.
Yeah.
I don't think there was a Shadowen.
No,
No.
definitely not.
like I said, there
You
was
could
no
feel the
wading
energy
in.
the moment you walk through. Well, I could. You could feel it right. You walk through that door. It was like that prickly feeling throughout your entire
Mhm.
body. There was a change, like you said, stepping from the road into the property, into the house. It was more and more and more.
I don't know, because it's like we parked there and just walking up to the place. I know that all the windows are closed, but you were just expecting someone to be like
Yeah, something creeping
moving
on
a
you.
curtain and staring at you.
Right. Yeah.
When Craig and I first got there, there was all the families. There were kids and everything playing out. And I turned to the one lady and I said, "Have you ever seen anything here?" And she wouldn't answer me. And her daughter goes, "Yeah, you have, Mom." And I was like, oh. Okay.
Yeah, it'd be awesome living next to that place.
Oh, that would be awful.
So you didn't talk about though, but why the lady? Did you talk about why the lady moved out, who bought the house?
I can't remember what it was.
Okay, so this lady bought the house. She's still the owner now. She's the one that does it for paranormal stuff. But she was living there. Her dog actually got picked up and thrown against a wall,
Oh, I'd be out.
Jesus.
and she moved out.
Yeah, that would make me move out as well.
Do you know it's also a place where you can Airbnb? So if you were down in that area and you need a place to stay for the night, you can.
Better be
Yeah.
cheap.
Yeah, it is. It's actually it's more cost effective, if you will. I mean, running water. The ghosts are nice. They'll turn lights off for you even if you leave one on. I mean,
They even open the door for you.
yeah, they do.
It's always occupied.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's going to be our first episode of Bellaire House. Obviously, we have a lot of stuff to go over. We only got through a couple of things. So stay tuned for our second episode, part 2, Bellaire House.